And when you're producing these young horses, do you ever argue about where this horse is kind of going to go, what route he's going to go down, or do you already have it set in stone? Kind of, he's going to be an eventer, he's going to be a show jumper, or does he tell you quite late on?
I think there's some that even can get to 6 and are still either or, because I think in the production it's very similar until then. You know, realistic, if their jumper's a 5-year-old and they don't event, we don't think it's the end of the world really, even.
Yeah.
Because they can learn very quickly the cross-country bit. So realistically, you know, which I think people find interesting and will hopefully emphasise on the Funnell factor, is that the work that we do that's similar.
And we're great believers in you know, everyone is produced in the same way.
Yeah.
We don't mark out the ones that look maybe more talented than others. You know, they're all produced the same way, and we're not believers in them just going round and round in circles. And so, again, you know, when we say they're produced in the same way, they are. You know, when they go, like we hacked down the road just the other day, didn't we? And 2 of them stepped round puddles, and whether they're jumpers or event horses, you know, we waited and until, you know, we taught them to walk through the puddle, not go around it, and that makes no difference what horse it is. And I think, you know, a lot of people or a lot of horses don't get that chance, because I think so many are just done in schools and they learn so much.
Produced to be sold rather than produced to be top class eventer or a top class show jumper, or to be the most it can be for its talent, which is going to suit somebody. You know, so basically we're producing them to win prizes, but it's also a business and they're all for sale. So also that's a large part of. But we don't, you know, if somebody wants to come along and buy them, then all well and good, but actually it's part of a production long term that hopefully they reap the success from that and come and buy another one.
I mean, looking at the results in Horse and Hound, the Billy name is there now. I mean, they've all come up through the ranks, you're seeing them at every level. I mean, that must be so satisfying, just starting to see your horses coming through, doing well.
It's lovely actually, because even, you know, just Billy Pop went to a show, and it's got a young lad that rides her, and she went and won 2 big classes at a show in Belgium recently. And it's, I mean, for sure, you know, you do have a bit more of a bond when when you've had them from the beginning. So it is lovely when they're sold on and they get that opportunity to come through.
It's nice for us to follow the bloodlines, and people will get the same sort of ideas now when they see, you know, that she's got a foal and a brother and a sister, and actually Billy Shannon, that Pippa was 5th in the 7-year-old World Championships a couple of weeks ago. She's actually got a granddaughter already.
Oh really?
So,
you know, the granddaughter is our 4th generation.
That's impressive.
5th generation.
Yeah, she might be.
5th generation of our breeding, where we've been breeding. I think 13 years. We had 14 years ago. We had 1 mare. So it's.
I don't think many people will actually know the kind of enormity of what you're doing, and how long you've been doing it for. Because it's only now the results.
I think over the next few years, and then we have got numbers of horses. Whereas when the year we had Billy Burr, and there was probably only 5 or 6 young stock, so it's still quite to get 1 Grand Prix out of 5 or 6 is still a good hit rate. And actually, you know, that's interesting to look at percentages of horses that make it. I think we're pretty good in what we've bred, and we're always trying to improve our mare base and look at, you know, improving the young stock. And I think every year they're improving in the type that we want, you know, which is a sport type that could do eventing and show jumping. You know, I think that's we're getting closer towards what we want. Although it will never be perfect, we know.
And how do you then go, well, do we sell this one? Do we keep this one? I could do well on this one. I mean, it must be really hard letting some of the good ones go.
But I think it's important we have to, because otherwise there's no way we can run the operation we do without, we'd be broke.
Yeah. Billy Burr was at the World Champion. I mean, he was your top horse really, wasn't he? And you sold him a year and a half, 2 years ago, and he was at the World Championships.
Which was nice to see him. I think he was well placed in the first leg anyway, so it was nice to see him going on and going well. Billy Bishop's gone very well this year with Dave McPherson. Hopefully we'll have he wouldn't be without a shout for 2012.
It'd be nice if.
So it'd be lovely to have 2 Billies on the jumping team. You know, it's not beyond the realms of possibility.
I think it's going to be very satisfying if one of your horses wins, but if you're not on it, it'll be like, so at least you won in one kind of way, beaten by a Billy horse.
Exactly. I think then in the future we're not going to be riders forever, so it'll be lovely to, you know, it's his own promotion, and hopefully people come and want to buy a Billy of their own.
Yeah,
I think, you know, one of the, as I said, I think one thing we're trying to do too that is slightly different is stressing again about the production, because I know myself, I've bought or had owners over the years buy young horses from Ireland, and when you're sort of producing them and they've come over as 4-year-olds, you sort of always think, well, I wonder what did happen, because they're lovely horses, but something's happened in its history, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And you just never know how they're broken and or what they've done before you've got them, or some have gone from home to home to home. And that's one thing that people can come here, and I do think it will be worth something to people to know that they buy a horse that they know its history. You know, we know its history, we know it hasn't been chopped and changed and gone to different yards.
Yeah.
And you know, we have produced it professionally, and as William said, we do produce them all as if we're keeping them all, as in, so we don't think that's one that's got to be sold tomorrow, quick, rush it, pull its head down, get it going. You know, there's no, we've been in horses a long time, there are no shortcuts.
And I think some people would see it and think, oh, you know, there's got to be, not every horse is going to be a championship horse. There are, we have got young horses to suit, you know, from the you know, actually are going to make a good horse, you know, a good horse to a novice level. So you know, there are hopefully horses. They don't have to be beyond the amateur rider either.
Fantastic.
So I think sometimes people.
A lot have gone to amateurs, haven't they? There's a lovely one eventing that's actually done very well with.
So it's also
Billy
trying to get
Bear, and she's been fabulous, because she went to, and the girl came through Pony Club through her, and she's now doing sort of 2-star eventing. But you wouldn't, the girl, you know, they wouldn't have.
How they started out,
and
I think sometimes it's easy to think that I won't bring the Billy stud because it could be beyond what I want, and I think people need to.
And do you, I mean, when you have people coming and trying the horses, can they try, do you ask what they've done, you know straight away a horse that would suit them, or do people try different horses? Or
I think we have a fair idea. You know, if they wanted a raw 3-year-old, you know, this year we've got 43-year-olds. So I mean, I don't think you could go anywhere and have a choice of 3, 4, 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know, anywhere in
But at
Europe.
the same time, you wouldn't pull out 43-year-olds for that one person.
No, obviously,
you would work out what they're looking for, because it's like me going to a material shop. It's much easier to choose from a range that you're sort of looking for, rather than seeing the whole lot.
Yeah. It sounds like you know all the horses pretty well as well.
With
being
these,
so
we
involved
sort
with
of
it.
loose jump them, and some would be, and we would think, yes, that's going to be more of an eventer, more of a show jumper. Yeah, more of, this one, he moves well. You know, nice jumper, we might make a nice riding club horse. You know, there are, as I said, we have got horses,
It suits
it'd be
everyone.
nice if they were all Grand Prix horses, but you know,
Realistically, they're not.
realistically, there's some, you know, all the way down the line. So I think.
If you could kind of sum up almost what you're trying to achieve with the Billy stud, would you be able to do that, kind of what your aim is? I mean, where do you see yourselves in a few years' time?
I think we want to improve, whether we're riding it or not. You know, it would be, you know, improve the mare brace to, as I said, the hit rate of, you know, of top competition horses. You know, sport horses. The as a type, you know, we'd like to be breeding the best, you know.
Yeah, and I think too, I think in a way, not looking at the future so much, but I personally think a lot of British breeders that sort of breed horses but don't ride, they don't get the recognition. And it's not, we're not doing it to get the recognition of breeding, but to try and bring the few together, because we actually do appreciate, and riders is all very well them getting on and getting nice horses and things, but an awful lot of them don't quite appreciate what breeders do, and without these horses you can't have top horses. You've got to have, you know, you've got to have horses that are bred and are bred with good conformation too, and to, you know, hopefully all the time we're trying to raise.
And also I think it's to show, you know, that British breeding is important. You know, I'm a big champion for British breeding, and I think that to show
the rest of the world that it is possible.
That we are breeding some good stuff in England, and also that it can be commercial. You know, but it's all very well saying, yes, if I breed a horse, it's not going to be. But yes, you need to make sure you breed from a good mare. You know, unless you do it well, you're not going to be rewarded, are you? So you need to breed from a nice mare, put it to a nice stallion. But the mare line is really important, and I think if you do it well, hopefully we're an example that it can be a commercial business. And I think in England, you know, we've got a lot to offer on that, and I think things have moved on, not only with the Billy Stud, but I think, as we've shown with the Young Horse Championships, the British breds are going as well as the non-British breds at our BSJ Young Horse Championships, you know, because we jump them against each other over the same courses, so that you get a parallel. And I think year on year we're improving with the quality of what we're breeding, and that's what we want to achieve as a stud, and hopefully in British breeding we are achieving that across the board.
It sounds like you certainly are. Well, I know you guys are going on a well-deserved break tomorrow, so thank you very much for your time, and it's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you, and good luck with the Funnell Factor.
Yes, come and see us in the Funnell Factor.
I know, I plan to come and see you. The Merris Wood stretch of your tour, I'm really hoping to come and watch, so hopefully I'll see you again there. Thank you very much, and good luck with everything for the end of this year and next year. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.